Well, hello guys, welcome back. I want to talk to you a little bit about how people that claim to be experts can often be wrong, even if they all agree and have never met. That especially applies to Loki because we all have very individualized truths depending on our background, our past lives experience, whatever. My truths are not going to be the same as yours. There's no one blanket truth for everyone. And it's kind of pertinent because a lot of people will say, well, if so many people say it, it has to be true. No, it doesn't. And I have a really good example. You cannot see it on camera, but long story short, every hair expert in the world, from the people at Arctic Fox to every hair expert I looked up to every video I saw, will tell you you cannot get semi-permanent dye to set on wet hair. And I thought, that's okay. I've had a really rough week. I want to do a luxurious 45-minute conditioner. So I went in, took a mega hot bath, which is one sin. Got my hair wet, which is another sin. Had shampooed it, got my hair wet. Put the conditioner on it, brushed it through. And don't worry, I have a brush for wet hair. And then I put the Arctic Fox on, hit my temples first. And then made sure to put plenty more on and brushed it the whole way through because I thought, well, I know it's not going to dye. Everyone told me that. But I will get this luxurious 45-minute thing. Came out, did the plastic wrap, did the little with the, hair dryer, wrapped it in a towel. 45 minutes later, you rinse it. And as my hair is drying, it looked plain. And I thought, I washed all the color out. I not only didn't wash the color out, it is now a new shade of red with new purple highlights and I think some chocolate thrown in. I never had chocolate in my hair, so I'm not sure where that came from, but all those experts can't expert the new dye job out of my hair. So yeah, sometimes experts don't know everything. It could be my diet, it could be the shampoo I used, it could be something in the water, it could be, I don't know, but the dye took. It wasn't supposed to on my hair. It certainly wasn't supposed to with conditioner, but it took. It took. And I'm sure some people are thinking what I thought, and I should have went with my instinct was, of course it'll take. It's a dye. It'll take. It took. Now, a lot of people will, get very pedantic about Loki. They'll have their truth, and they'll decide that their truth is the one way, and they'll decide that the only way to make this world right is to run around being a fundy and bashing everybody else in the head with their truth. And they cannot stand if you do not share their truth or share their vision. Like, if you believe in UFOs and you think Loki's a UFO, don't think everybody else is going to hop on board with you. If you believe in dragons and you believe Loki is the Dragon King, again, understand that our truths that we know and believe are real only apply to us. It's a kind of scary place to be in, but once you realize that, you're like, oh, I don't have to actually go over and bother those people. So it's kind of liberating to be reminded of that. Because I had even asked Loki. I talked to him all day long. I'm like, Loki, are they right? Are all these experts right? Will this not come through? I kind of hoped it would come through and I would get a little color back. But I thought, well, I'll do it anyhow because I have this space heater on all the time. I love extra hot baths and steamy showers and everything, so my poor color doesn't get much chance to stay in my hair because remember, I did this on natural hair. There's no bleach in my hair. It stayed. It stayed. My hair stubbornly still will not color at the temples because this time it was all brushed through and everything. Everything else certainly freshened up the dye, changed the color a little bit. I think it went a little darker, but it did not even remotely touch the temples. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like because I wear glasses all the time and that changed the hair structure or what. But, you know, all the experts in the world telling me it wouldn't happen, didn't prevent it from happening. And you have to apply that to Loki. Just because I or anyone else says that you shall or you shall not doesn't mean you apply it to yourself if it doesn't work. Like if you're a vegan, it does no good for you to go out and buy a steak because someone else said Loki has to have meat. And conversely, if all you eat is steak, it doesn't do you any good to go out and buy fruits and vegetables because somebody that, you know, became like a vegetarian or vegan said, this is what Loki told me is the truth for everyone. We all have highly individualistic truths. And once you realize that, you realize you don't have to go looking for fights. You don't have to do anything, really. If Loki wants to sort people out, he will sort them out. Usually what I've noticed and what he did with me until I learned my lesson is he will, if you have negative actions, he will just keep amplifying and amplifying and amplifying them until you go a little nuts. And then when you're finally realizing that you're doing it to yourself, then you change. He's not always the nicest instructor in the world, but he does get his point across. And so, you know, you have to be you with Loki. I know I've kind of covered this before, but I've noticed this country hasn't learned anything. They're already having raffle sales for the same kind of gun that was just used a week ago, less than a week ago, like 3 days ago. So, yeah, that's brilliant. Have a bunch of school children sell raffle tickets for, you know, a weapon that was just used in a mass shooting. Not the weapon, but the same model. I'm like, yep. People don't learn anything in this country, apparently. So, there you go. Just, you know, you be you. It doesn't matter if my beliefs and your beliefs don't match. You know, they're not going to. Like I said in the last video, there's going to be a lot of times when people are going to be at loggerheads with each other because their beliefs aren't going to match. One of the things you guys have noticed I like to do on this channel is I have Marvel Loki on a lot of times. Not as Marvel Loki, but I'll use it for like a still shot or something because I know it gets people going. And I'm like, oh yeah. So that's just me. If I know something annoys people and upsets them, I'm like, oh my god, yes, I am doing this. I am definitely doing this. One day I'll be like on with like the complete horn set and everything else as Lady Loki. You just wait. It'll happen eventually. Like if I could get myself like a really cheap cosplay, I think I would do it. And the little string doll Loki is up there somewhere. He's up here somewhere. He's on the fridge behind me. And you guys have seen like this stuff I've given him. And he finds it amusing. We know it's not mythological Loki, and we don't care because, you know, the story of how he and Thor reached out to me and my brother, and that was decades ago. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.